The Major Arena Soccer League is proud to welcome you to MASL Soccer on MASL TV, MASL Plus, and Fox Soccer Plus, along with our regular streaming partners.
Howdy, partner. Alongside Eric Bergerud, I'm Nick Vassos. Lux Elzinga down on the Silverstein Ice Centers field. Great to have you here for MASL action live from Cable Dahmer Arena. The Kansas City Comets hosting the Tacoma Stars, a celestial game. KC hanging on to the top of the table in the MASL in spite of losing 3 in a row where they've only managed to get 2 points out of their last 3 games. Meanwhile, Tacoma 5-2 on the season. They're 4th in the MASL. However, they have lost all of their road games. But Tacoma plays very well inside Cable Dahmer Arena. We are going to have an interesting game here between Tacoma and Kansas City, Eric.
Yeah, Tacoma's won the last 3 games here in Kansas City, 4 of the last 5, so they have to be feeling somewhat confident going in. Luis Biarretta in goal. I talked with him. I talked with Danny Waltman before the game. Danny Waltman had superlatives to say about this Stars goalkeeper.
Danny Waltman, who's been playing for, nearly 2 decades in this professional indoor game? Plus, yeah. All right, Comets come in wearing their all reds, red tops, red shorts, red socks. Zach Regan with a wall of Scora, nobody in the box. Tacoma coming in wearing their all-white uniforms. This is the first of 2 meetings between these 2 teams. They will meet again later on in the season up at Access Showwear Center. I ran into Lane Smith and his wife. They are the owners of the Stars. They frequently attend Comets games, so it's good to see Lane. Here's Tacoma. Front and center, Yair Romero with a shot. That one wide to the right. It comes on out to Leo Acosta. Acosta up quickly to Andreos, but Biarretta comes out and clears it away. Again, Tacoma having lost their road games, picked up by Andreos. Andreos plays to Tetani, who shoots! And just like that, the Comets are on the board. It's Andreos to Tetsani. 1-0 Kansas City.
Give you a little preview. Our halftime interview is with none other than the goal scorer, Licia Tetsani. He's been terrific on defense, but he can score goals too. Look at him make that run. Bodies off Romero and just no problem there, putting it past Biarretta. It takes 1 touch. Nothing Biarretta could do. 1-0 Comets early, Nick.
Credit Andreos for an aggressive pass to keep the play going forward, and Tetsani with a tremendous finish. 1-0 Kansas City for Tetsani. That is goal number 6 on the year for the offensive-minded defender for Kansas City. And for Christian Andreos, that is the 4th helper on the year for the Brazilian. 1-0 Kansas City. And Tacoma back with the ball. Comets knock it away. Chase Peterson is in the lineup for the first time this season. Peterson from Platte City, Missouri. Meanwhile, it's Dom Francis on the ball. He's double-teamed. Now battles on the boards with Tacoma's Manny Nicasio, and a foul is called against Kansas City.
Something to watch. Both goalkeepers have been dealing with ankle issues. Be kind of interesting to see how tentative either or both are this game, and whether we might see 3 or 4 goalkeepers like we did last game here, Nick.
Logan Jones brings it up across the half line. He had it poked away. Jones is the team captain. There's Mike Ramos applying a little bit of pressure. Comets played back to their goalkeeper, Phil Ejimadu, who comes in with a record of 5-2-2. He's making his 9th start of the season. Henry Ramirez leaves it for Pino. Pino right up Main Street to Marquez. Marquez chests it back, but it ends up going to Fernandez. He is a rookie for Tacoma. Now they'll swing it near side for Mendoza. Mendoza shoots it along the near touchline up to the referee's crease. Comets intercepted. And Mari has it. Nope, here comes Beretta. He clears it away, but Ramirez is going to get a touch on it and plays it to Pino.
This Tacoma Stars roster is hyper-local. 17 players are from Washington State or Oregon, and so as some teams build all those sorts of different ways, for Kansas City, a lot of guys played college soccer here in the area. Tacoma, local guys, and it's worked for them in terms of player development, Nick.
This team's got some experience too, Eric. That one kicked out of bounds.
There's a core of players that have been there for years, and then obviously you have one of the best goalies of his generation there waiting in the wings, Danny Waltman. So a lot of experience, a lot of know-how.
Biarretta being basically coached by Chris Toth over his young career, and Danny Waltman. I can't think of two better keepers to learn from.
I got a tidbit from Waltman. Biarretta drives 3 hours to practice every day.
Biarretta in his third year. He's 4-1 on the season. He's got a 4.6 goals against. And we've got a player shaking up on the field. And it is Ismail DeLuna who is down. He's a forward. And can't tell if it's a lower body injury. It does look like the trainer might be working on the lower half. Is that his left knee maybe? As we look at the Tacoma bench.
And speaking of injuries, the hero is there. Corey Keats out for the season, unfortunately, but we had a great chat with him, and he's been a hero here a couple games against Kansas City.
He's a really good player, and also a great person, too. He really is.
For sure. Hey, while we have a moment, Capelli Sport is the official and exclusive preferred uniform and apparel provider of the Major Arena Soccer League. Visit MASLsoccer.com to shop the all-new MASL fan store for the latest MASL and team gear. Did you see how he went down there, Nick?
Yeah, it almost was like it was almost a non-contact injury. Nacho, he was posting up on Nacho, and you can see the trainer working on the right knee, and DeLuna is
in serious discomfort. Yeah, let's take a look one more time. Entry pass from the goalkeeper, Biarretta. Just a normal play, right? Look at his ankle, right?
Yeah, it's his knee. No,
his ankle planted and his knee gave out, right?
Yep, that's exactly right.
Yep.
And he's
definitely don't like to see that.
Hate to see that.
Yeah. Think you can predict the MASL? Head over to nxtbets.com to place your wagers on all the MASL action this season. And it's been unpredictable, Nick.
It has. I was talking to Corey on the bench and their head coach, Adam Becker, and I asked him what the difference has been between road games and home games. All of their home games, they have won 4 of 5 by 1 point, and the other win they had at home was by 2. Now, the road games have been completely different. They've been shut out in San Diego 8-0, and they've also lost by 7. Those are their 2 road losses.
I might have seen a video about that San Diego game and a certain goalkeeper not being voted goalie of the week, but I digress.
But he said, living in Tacoma in the northwest part of the country, travel is very tough on the Stars.
Yeah.
And it's been, the teams, when they've lost on the road, have gotten to a quick start. Like in San Diego, they were down, 3 or 4-0 in the first quarter. So slow starts in the first quarter have been their nemesis when they're on the road.
Yeah, that is indeed. MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League, all the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more. And I'm going to be looking at MASLsoccer.com all night because there's one other game in the MASL tonight. The Empire Strikers at the St. Louis Ambush at the Family Arena. 4 minutes plus gone by in the first quarter, still 0-0.
There's Ismail DeLuna being helped off. Unlikely that he will return to the lineup. We hope he does. Hope it's the best for him, but it does not look promising for the young forward for the Tacoma Stars.
And they turn around and head back home. Speaking of the Empire Strikers, they'll host the Empire Strikers on Sunday at the ShoWare Center.
Everyone plays this weekend, Eric. Kansas City's going to have 2 games. Empire will have 2 games. Tacoma's got 2 games.
Milwaukee has 2, and then Baltimore and UCFC play each other home and away.
Who has the most to lose? Who has the most to gain?
Baltimore Blast have the most to lose. They have lost 2 in a row at home.
Mm-hmm.
Normally you would say, they're favored with UCFC coming to town on Sunday, but UCFC won there in overtime last time, so I think the pressure's on them. Who has the most to gain?
I would say St. Louis or Empire. If they could pull 6 points out of the weekend, that would be huge. And if you're watching this game here and you're a Comets fan, if the Comets get 6 points, here comes Marquez down Main Street. A good defensive play. I believe that was Caceres who knocked it away. He comes up hobbling just a little bit, but he made a great play to keep the Comets from
That was
scoring.
Correa, Adrian Correa.
Thank you.
Yep. He is still hobbling. Because it looked like Marquez was headed down Main Street there.
Comets lead the MASL by 2 points now. Shot by Marquez. That one off the near post. That one kicked out of bounds.
It's deflected off
off of the
Nacho.
Yep, that's going to go to
the other interesting staff we learned from our good friend Pete Richmeyer from the Tacoma Stars the other day is the Comets lead the league in blocks and lead by a huge mark, 14.64 blocks per game.
And this we'll talk more about that in a second. Here's Pino with the header. Out in front of him was Kyle Rivers, and Pino nearly headed it in. Here's Biarretta. He plays it up Main Street. They get it near side for Jones. Jones will swing it out wide. That one goes to Romero. Now it's played back. Here comes Tacoma. Here's a shot from distance. That one off the foot of Briscoe. He goes for his own rebound, goes off the boards. Pino chests it into Ejimadu.
You see Kai Briscoe wearing number 24, and you wonder, why is Danny Waltman not wearing 24?
Why is that?
Well, he likes Kai Briscoe a lot, gave him that number when he came back to play, and he said Briscoe does a backflip when he scores goals, so that was good enough for him.
Well, he's making a bid for it. He sends a rocket right off the window. Ejimadu covers up, and the Comets take possession with 10:02 to play in this opening quarter. 1-0 Kansas City.
Interesting Tacoma Kansas City connection. Kai Briscoe, who has the ball, played summer soccer with Lucia Tetsane on Ballard FC, the USL 2 team. Lucia was left back, and Briscoe was right back.
Here's Romero. He runs into a double team, and Alamari is out with it for the Comets. Romero is charged for the foul. KC has the ball. Comets out shooting Tacoma early, 2-0. Tetsane, who has the game's lone goal, passes it over to Ramirez. Ramirez trying to run away from a defender. Off the boards up to Zach Reggett. Reggett against Jones. Play it out to the right side. Tetsane tries to take it off the boards. Poked away off of Tacoma, and it goes out of bounds, and Kansas City will have it.
I was having a flashback to last season because you hear Romero started last season with the Dallas Sidekicks, and all three Romero brothers are there. That's the trivia question. The Schmetzer brothers who played in Tacoma a few generations ago, so it's not unheard of.
Where are the other Romeros? We got to find the answer to that.
We got to figure out where they're at.
All right. Here's Reggett in the left wing corner. Logan Jones has got a mark on him. That'll be an interesting matchup, Jones and Reggett. Now Peterson sends it near side, Almari. Peterson takes the ball back, tries to go forward, and then is fouled by number 34. That is Manny Nicasio in his second season from Shelton, Washington.
Take a look at the replay here. Simple foul. Reached out. Free kick Comets.
Reggett leaves it for Acosta. Acosta marked by Hernandez. Reggett went far post looking for Peterson.
Good ball.
Now front and center, Ramirez. He moves to his right. Poked away by Rivers, held in by the Comets. Reggett out wide to Chase Peterson. Back it goes to Acosta. Comets will go for a few changes. Acosta, a couple of step overs. 8:16 to play in the opening quarter. 1-0 Kansas City. Here's Acosta from Chicago. Looking to pass it, gets it to Marquez, who turns. Marquez off the boards, ball in the middle. Biarretta bounces on it. Tacoma's got it.
Going Wallace scorer there. It just didn't get into the feet the way the Comets wanted, but more opportunities for Kansas City than Tacoma in this game. Tacoma's starting with defense first, and you mentioned they fell down early against San Diego. I think if they can keep this game close, they feel like they're in it. If you're Kansas City, you want to put your pedal to the metal, get a couple more goals here in the first quarter.
Francis didn't think he did, but he did. Foul on Francis. By the way, our officials tonight, Elvis Osmanovich is our crew chief. Kyle Atkins, our referee. Joseph Mock, the assistant referee. Isa Domanovich is our fourth official, and Landon Oloet is our penalty box official.
We debuted a new feature for the referees last game. We'll do it again. Any video reviews, you're going to hear from the referees on the headset as they look at the review.
Pressure from Marcel Berry. Oh, and Marcel called for the foul.
And a yellow card quickly.
Here's the call.
5 minutes.
Oh, Francis will go off for 5 minutes.
Not sure what he said, but clearly Elvis is in the building, right?
The magic words, Eric.
Yep.
He said the magic words.
Said the magic words, and yeah, Elvis has not left the building yet. So, and if he, yeah, I mean, sure, Kyle Atkins was right there. Not a major foul, but it was a foul.
Correa on up to Ramos. Ramos chases the loose ball, tries to hit it on the volley. Good defensive play there by the Comets, and it rolls into Ejimadu. Alamari was there on the defensive play, the youngster making a good play for Kansas City. Here's Ejimadu. 7 minutes to play in the first. 1-0 Kansas City. Quickly up to Berry. Marcel Berry. Oh, tried to flick it back to Tetsane. Somehow Lucia got it back. Now Alamari on the left wing corner. He moves to his right. Tetsane. Now the Comets will work it around their offense. Down to the corner it goes to Regan. Zach back to Alamari. Off the glass. Out wide to the right. And a push by Marcel Berry. He better be careful. That's two quick fouls on Marcel Berry here in the first quarter.
You get 4 fouls and a half. That is a 2-minute penalty. It's something you don't want to do. Occasionally we'll hear from people across the league. Good to hear from Art Kramer, color analyst for the Milwaukee Wave. He's got a busy weekend coming up. He has
sure does.
Milwaukee, San Diego tomorrow night, and then Milwaukee, Kansas City Sunday afternoon.
Looks like he might be doing a little bit of scouting tonight here as he watches the Comets play the Stars.
Maybe.
Ejimadu winds up and throws one right down Main Street. Logan Jones heads it back to his keeper.
It worked, didn't it?
It sure did. Birretta kind of tiptoed across the outside of the box, inside of the box, I should say. He leaves it for Nestor Hernandez. Good to see Nestor. We've seen him over the course of his 12-year career several times here at Cable Dahmer. Now Acosta goes off the boards.
Good save.
Oh, to Marquez. And a great save by Birretta. Now Vandegrift with a try. He goes back for a second one, no good. Acosta draws the foul, and it'll be a restart for Kansas City coming up.
Good opportunity here for Kansas City as they make a few changes.
To Acosta. That one blocked by Jones. Logan Jones might be their best defender.
Kansas City is short players on the field. There they figured it out.
Here's Misael Lopez to Hansen. Correction, Spence. That one sent around the boards. Now Ramos over there. Pinball's out to Acosta. Acosta leaves it for Pino. Acosta goes down, back up on his feet. Ramirez down the left side for Kansas City. Ramirez shoots. That one blocked by Jones again. Nacho picks up the rebound, and his pass picked off there by Fernandez.
Good turn.
Taken away again by Alamari. Alamari on down to Ramirez. Goes off the glass, and Hernandez there for the Stars to clear it away. Held in by Kansas City. Reggett's got it. He'll slow it down. Comets will set up their offense.
On that set piece for Kansas City, they only had 4 field players out on the field. Kind of hard to score a goal when you're unintentionally outmanned. So eventually somebody else jumped off the bench after that play.
Comets are playing without Lucas Souza once again. The Comets midfielder has been dealing with a sciatica issue, and that's really tough to deal with. Hope he can get back in the lineup soon.
Worth mentioning Julio Coronado, who started the last game for Kansas City in goal, had to get his shoulder popped to get back in the game. He is out. Nicolau Neto is on the bench for Kansas City.
That was rather dramatic last game when the trainer came out and popped his shoulder back into place, and he went back into the game.
He did. And what was interesting is Ejimadu got hurt his ankle in pregame, and so it's been a little bit of walking wounded relatively early in the season for Kansas City, but Milwaukee could tell you stories about walking wounded too.
There's Tacoma operating with the ball. Douglas Lima. Lima moving to his right, takes a shot partially blocked by Alamari. Rebound comes out front and center. Briscoe had a touch. Now Lima once again. Lima moving to his left. He shoots. That one blocked by Tetsane. Tetsane has had a career year in block shots. Briscoe left, now right. He's by Tetsane. Still going
and a
forward.
two's coming. And a two's coming right there.
It is a two. Going to go against Vandegrift. First penalty of the game is going to go to Kansas City, and Tacoma will be on the power play.
Good step there by Briscoe to get past Tetsane, and then all of a sudden, as Vandegrift comes in really late, Briscoe is wondering, where's my blue card? And there it was.
Timeout. Timeout on the field. Let's take a break. 3:15 left to play in the first, and when we come back, Tacoma will go on the power play. We'll get you set for that. Right now, Kansas City leading 1-0. It's the Comets and Stars from Cable Delmar Arena.
Welcome back to this truly cosmic matchup between the Kansas City Comets and the Tacoma Stars. 3:15 left in the first quarter. Let's talk a little bit about the very experienced veteran Mike Ramos. 10th season as a Tacoma Star. He's had 6 points in 7 games, and he had the shootout winning goal in their last game against the Ambush. So I know they're going to be rallying for him in this game. Nick, Eric, what do you think?
Yeah, no doubt. He is definitely a focal point. That's someone we highlighted at the beginning of the game, Lux. He's been around for a while, and he is a good one. So we'll keep an eye on Mike Ramos. Meanwhile, at the other end, it is Marquez of the Comets with a player going down. Now Reggett shoots, and Reggett scores! It's a goal for Kansas City. Tacoma wants it waved off.
Tacoma's issued their challenge it. So the referee, if the referee didn't see a foul, the referee does not have to stop play with an injured field player out there. We'll see that. And so Marquez sees his teammate Zach Reggett make the run. He's like, why not? I'll pass it. And so immediately Biarretta said to throw told the coaching staff to throw the challenge flag.
Here's Kyle Atkins. Up and Eric, you're exactly right. That's what Kyle Atkins just said if you didn't catch it at home. Now,
prior to the goal, number 26, Kansas City, misses the ball and kicks the player's foot from the other team. No goal.
Well, we saw it.
Yeah,
absolutely saw it. And you saw from that front angle what they said, missed the ball and kicked the player. Actually, I think the front angle was clearer than the one behind the goal. And so this is a new feature we're bringing to you here in Kansas City.
And we got to hear a little bit of the conversation between Kyle Atkins and Osmanovic, the crew chief. Just very interesting how they determine that. So a bad break for Kansas City. Tacoma wins the challenge.
So, fans are looking, was it a goal or no? And I'm like, no, it wasn't a goal. What's interesting is I was watching it, keep my mouth shut, I'm thinking every Tacoma fan watching tonight is saying, he kicked him. And the Kansas City fans are like, oh, no, he never kicked him. It's amazing how you can watch the same video and come up with two totally different conclusions, but the referee's got that right.
So true, Eric. That is so true. Okay, 1-0 Kansas City, 2.5 to play in the first quarter. Ramos with a drive, and Ejimadu had to quickly go down to keep that one from crossing the line. Quickly out to Reggett. Reggett looking to push the ball forward. Instead, he's fouled from behind. That's Douglas Lima, who is the guilty party.
So, Nick, you'll appreciate it. I was at my day job yesterday, minding my own business. We were getting ready to start a staff meeting, and all of a sudden I hear danger zone, and I look up. I'm like, is this for me?
Oh, here's a shot. Save! Biarretta. Oh, did he get shaken up on that play? Biarretta
Remember, he has
hurt
a
his ankle.
sore ankle.
He may have turned his ankle again. Biarretta is down in front of the goal. He's in pain. Guys, I don't know if we can get a shot at the goalkeeper from Tacoma. He's down right now. Well, actually, let's watch the replay first.
I wonder if we can go back to the previous play.
Yeah, the shot by Marquez.
Yeah. So when I talked to him, he got into the arena. I asked him, hey, are you going to start? And he's like, I'm planning to, but he knows he's been dealing off and on with this ankle issue.
Oh, I think it looks like his left one just based on the thickness of that sock, Birretta's still down. And if we could go back to the replay on Marquez's shot on goal, we might see Birretta. It looked like he just twisted it going backwards. Our guys I know are working on it.
Let's see, we'll take a look here. Good play by Marquez to get his ball off the wall. Kick save.
The right ankle.
Yeah.
It's the right ankle, yep. He sat down on that right ankle. Good job, guys. Thanks for getting that shot. You can see, ooh, that is sore. No, actually,
I think it was on the save one. I think it was the left that he kick saved it, and he immediately went down after that.
Guess who's warming up, Eric?
Danny Waltman.
Our old friend, Danny Saves. Danny Waltman warming up at the other end of the field. 44 years young, and he's still playing this game.
I told him it was so weird watching him wear the number 1. That's when he told me the story of Briscoe getting 24, but he said that he's like, it's okay, but his dad and his wife were like really upset that he's no longer 24, but somehow it's going to work.
Danny Waltman's been playing professional indoor soccer for a long time.
I was going to say 05 season he played for the Chicago Riot or the Soul.
Soul, and also remember the old Detroit Ignition?
Yeah.
Rockford Rampage, maybe?
There you go. There's some names in the past.
Way back in the day. So that predates his MASL play. He's giving it a go. I wonder if he's going to stay in. It looks like he's trying to run it off.
He's been playing so well this season, too. You talk about their 5-2 record. Well, he's kept them in some really tight games at home.
Yeah, if you're a coach, do you let Birretta make the decision himself, or do you decide for him?
I'm not a coach, so I don't know. I think if you call him your starter and he says, and your trainer says he's good, then he's good.
Lateral movement for a goalkeeper is huge. You can still see him wincing when he moves laterally. And how much time do you give him to warm up and determine
that's tricky
if he's
too. They've had 2 pretty unfortunate injuries here in this first quarter too.
It looks like he's going to come out,
at least for a little bit.
Yeah. Well, since the trainers came out, he does have to leave the game.
Right. While we're waiting, the lights are bright and the fans are loud. It's the Tacoma Stars taking on the Kansas City Comets. Stream it live on MASLplus.tv and replay the game on demand. Clip it, share it, live it again. Make sure to favorite your team to get instant updates on every game.
So, here comes Danny Waltman. He's 1-1 on the year. He started 1 game. This will be his 4th game that he's appeared in.
Remember the 2020 MASL All-Star game here. He played unbelievably and was MVP.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Fans giving Danny Waltman, and Danny returning the favor, giving some claps to the crowd. Here we go. Waltman in goal. And here comes Tacoma out towards the half line. Lopez down the far touchline. Reggett is in there as well. Tacoma maintaining possession. Romero plays it forward, looking for Briscoe. Comets get it out. Here's Andreos trying to chase it down. Romero is there along with Andreos. Digs it out of the boards over to Ramos. Here's Ramos across the half line. Passes it to Yair Romero. Romero, front and center. It goes to Coria. Now, one rolled in by number 93. That's Lopez. Ejimadu's got it for Kansas City. And he's up throwing long with Marquez just coming onto the field. A couple of big hops. Marquez was trying to let the ball bounce, but it's kicked away and then picked up there by Lopez. Front and center for Romero. Comets got 4 players back. Romero shoots anyway. That one blocked by KC.
Zach Reggett blocking shots.
As you heard from Eric, the Comets block more shots than any other team in the league.
By far. And there's some critics who say that blocks are overrated, but that's the style that Kansas City plays.
Yep. there's been several of those blocks this year that have also saved goals, too. Vandergriff has a couple of those.
Right off the goal line.
Here's Nestor Hernandez chasing it. Mikey Lennis all the way back to Waltman. Waltman plays it on up to Mendoza. Mendoza forward for Rivers. 21 seconds left in the first quarter. Comets get it back. Marquez with the ball. Wow, leaves it for Francis. Here comes Francis by himself. He shoots. Save! Danny saves.
How old did you say he was?
44.
Unbelievable, huh?
Danny saves. Old Patna, Danny Waltman. All right, Comets, 8 seconds. Here's Tetsane. Out front, Reggett on the volley. Saved by Waltman. Reggett gets it back. One shot off the near glass. No good. And at the end of one, an entertaining first 15 minutes. Adjumadu talking with Comets defender Chad Vandergriff, who leads the league in blocks by a lot. Adjumadu leads, I think he leads or is either tied for the league lead in wins. He has 5 on the season. I'm checking it right now. Yep, he leads the league. He is 1 ahead of Paulo and 2 ahead of Julian Rodriguez and 2 ahead of Luis Bureta.
And speaking of Paulo's on his heels because the St. Louis Ambush are up 3-1 at the Family Arena second quarter. 2 goals by great rookie player Mario Falzoni. We've seen him now a bunch of times, and he is terrific.
And they're taking on Empire. And Empire.
I keep calling Falzoni because I want to think of it's Falzone, but I'll get there. By the end of the season, I'll get it right.
Self-correct.
Yeah,
and look who's back in goal. Bureta is back in goal, so a little bit of treatment on that ankle, and he's going to go forward. But still, good to see our old pal Danny Waltman out there making a couple of good saves against some Comet shots. Tacoma moving right to left here in this quarter. Vandergriff kicks it back towards the Stars half. And we are rolling here in the second quarter with Kansas City leading 1-0.
But Tacoma's hanging in this game, which is what they want to do. And a lot of their wins have been low-scoring affairs. They don't want to see a team start rolling up a lot of goals on them. But if they can keep it close, 2-1, 3-2, they like their odds.
Lima gets around Alamari. Lima still going forward. He shoots. Save made by Adjumadu. And Arreos pounces on the loose ball. Lost it for a second. Romero and Hernandez over there. Romero comes out with it for the Stars. Stars will get some fresh legs out on the blue turf, Silverstein Ice Center's field.
We were talking with Corey Keats before the games on the Tacoma Stars bench, and he said over his 10 years, the speed in this league has gotten so much faster. So many good young players, too, and so you have to adapt your game as a veteran.
Here's Kai Briscoe. Briscoe moving to his right. He'll leave it for Romero. Now Romero back to Briscoe. Briscoe to Ramos. Jones. Now Romero again. Marked by Barry. Back to Jones. We'll try the right side now. And that's Hansen. Correction, Spence. Spence pushes. Reggett down, and a foul called on Tacoma.
Pretty easy call for Kyle Atkins. Reggett playing some defense. Got his body in the way. Simple call. Comets have the ball.
Shots pretty even. 8-7 in favor of Kansas City. Comets try the left wing corner. Tetsane dribbles it back in. Tetsane going forward into the box. Marquez rebound. Score! Mikey Lennis! Kansas City extends their lead 2-0.
All right, partner, when you get home and you check out the account Wallace Scora on social, you'll see this as a Wallace Scora. Here comes Tetsane. Passes it to Real Marquez. You think he's going to score? It turns out it was a Wallace Scora, and he's going to say, I planned it all the time. I didn't kick it into the open goal. I want to pass it to my friend Mikey Lennis instead. Wallace Scora. Cora, just like they practice at the world-famous Kansas City Soccer Dome.
Mikey Lennis, goal number 4 on the year. And for the big Brazilian, Rian Marquez, that is assist number 6 on the year. Last time we were with you, we really had some interesting numbers about who creates the most or converts on the most Wallace scores.
Milwaukee and Kansas City. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we've seen a bunch of Wallace scores between those two teams. Yeah.
Ed Jamadu shoots it up the boards. Reggett off the top of his laces and goes out of bounds.
So Rian Marquez's wife Karina, it's her birthday today, so he's told everybody who has a microphone, tell Karina happy birthday. And so, but the trick for the broadcast is he has a special surprise should he score a goal. So maybe he was just a little playing this out a little too much when he had that wide open goal there a minute ago. But we'll see if he gets a goal for Karina.
Okay. Happy birthday. Here come the Stars. It's Correa out in front of the Comets bench, marked by Acosta. Correa will back it up, leave it for Hernandez. Nestor back over to Correa. Again, the Comets have lost 3 in a row. They've only managed 2 points out of those 3 losses. One an overtime loss, the other a shootout loss. Chase Peterson forward for Acosta.
So you want to know the differences. Karina Marquez is getting a nice applause here. It's my birthday on Sunday. I'm going to have Milwaukee Wave fans trolling me for my birthday. That's the world we live in, partner. Is this going to be all the hate coming from?
Come on now, everybody listening, let's give Eric an early happy birthday,
no,
folks.
I appreciate that, but I would not be surprised if I hear from some Wave fans.
Nothing but hearts, everybody. All right, put a bunch of hearts on his Facebook page.
That's funny.
He deserves it, doesn't he? Especially for Milwaukee and San Diego fans. Show him some love.
Yeah, it's the least they could do, right?
Here's Francis.
Hey, I posted a photo from 1985 of San Diego beating my LA Lasers, and I gave San Diego credit for winning. So, no doctoring that photo. Catch MASL Monday every Monday night on MASL TV and on CBS Sports Golazo Network. Alex Bass-Javansky and Phil Levanko are joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap the week's games, weekend's games, and discuss the league's hot topics. What's going to be interesting is when they're going to record on Monday, because there's a Monday afternoon game on MLK Day, Baltimore at UCFC. So we're going to have to see how they manage that.
Well, I mean, the number 1 broadcast team will do it with great ease, I'm sure.
They will.
Here is Andreos.
They did a nice tribute to you last Monday. And
super nice.
That was very nice of them. They took a shot at me afterwards, but that's all right.
All in good nature. I love it. On back to Pino. Now Nacho. Now Lennis. Mikey Lennis, he'll shoot.
Oh, that was on target.
It sure was. That one headed out of bounds. That one went off of the head of MASL Lopez.
You think blocks aren't significant? That was on goal.
Yep. Did you hear that, Phil? In the right wing corner. Nacho, he shoots. Tried to go top shelf. Just above.
What a save.
A second try by Reggett, saved by Buretta. Out of bounds off of KC. Wow. That ankle must be feeling better.
He's a good goalkeeper. We talk every game, every year, it seems like, about goalkeepers, and the quality just keeps getting better and better, and they're expected to do so much in the modern game. They have to be able to play with the ball on their feet.
Here comes Briscoe. Briscoe looking for our post. Spence, shots.
That was going on goal, too.
That was off the foot of Nicasio.
That's Lucia Tetsane. Had a great conversation with him. We recorded before the game. Stay tuned at halftime, and you can hear that.
Kyle Rivers with the ball, marked by Francis. He had it for a moment. Rivers gets it back. Plays it front and center. Now he'll swing it near side for Nicasio.
Lucia Tetsane getting a little bit of praise. He was named the top Kansas City defender in the recent I-70 series. St. Louis Ambush and Kansas City played 6 games. Count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Nick.
And kind of nice to have a matchup here that doesn't feature either the Wave or the Ambush. While we love the series and we love the rivalry, it's nice to see another team in here running on Silverstein Ice Center's field.
Tetsane wanting to go on the counter. It's a foul.
Comets will try the right corner now. It's down to Zach Reggett. Reggett,
There's
goes
another
down.
Foul.
Yep, and that one's going to go against Briscoe. Comets will have it here just to the right of the top of the arc. Offensive players coming on for Kansas City.
Hey, the Tacoma Stars wish me happy birthday.
There you go. Keep it
Tacoma's
coming.
such a nice franchise.
Keep it coming, everybody. Tetsane. Nacho.
Good save.
Good save, Beretta. Nacho put that one in a perfect spot just inside the left post. And Beretta stuck out one of those bear claws to knock it free.
What I was saying earlier, you not only have to save, but you have to direct your defense, and you're expected to be good with your feet.
Marquez to Reggett. That one blocked by Briscoe. Tacoma coming up with some very key defensive plays. Comets are getting some good looks at the goal, creating some chances, but Tacoma has been locking it down at the last minute. Tetsane goes in, falls down. Out with it is Correa. Here comes Correa. He's able to send it forward. Here comes the Stars. Oh, tried to go off the glass, looking for Fernandez, but goes out of bounds.
The Wallace scorer was there too because Fernandez is making the back post run, and I think that Kansas City's played more games already than Tacoma has, and that their Wallace scorer game seems to be clicking. We absolutely saw Milwaukee's Wallace scorer game click last week, and it's not a gimmick, it's an actual strategy.
Yep.
And you see some of the better teams in this league have figured out how to make this work for them.
Ramirez to Pino. Pino's got some space. Here comes Pino, lays it off, far post, looking for Dom Francis, correction, Chase Peterson. Now Acosta into the target. Pino bumped from behind, kicked it out of bounds, no foul. It'll go to Tacoma.
I want to give a shout out to somebody who probably isn't watching this because he's getting an award at Philadelphia. It's Michael Lewis, who's getting the Clay Burling Media Career of Excellence Award tonight at the United Soccer Coaches Convention. Did a great write-up on you last week, partner.
Yeah.
For the MASL website.
Great conversation with Michael.
He's been doing this for so long, both indoor and outdoor. It goes back into the 70s writing, and congratulations to Michael. I gave him a shout out earlier today, and I know Commissioner Keith Tozer was there, John Paul Delacamera, they were there at the convention. They had a session yesterday, I believe.
Yeah, and Michael will be getting to work coming up in June when the World Cup comes to America. He's going to be making the rounds. He'll be no doubt in New York. Foul called on Tacoma. Ramirez goes off. It's a foul on Douglas Lima. Vandegrift with the ball inside the referee's crease. Now to Nacho. 7 minutes to play in the first half. 2-0 Kansas City. Ejimadu up to Barry. Barry had it poked away. Now it's fought for. Settled on
Good
the blue turf. Rivers, and Barry with the tackle wins the ball.
Well, look how fast Briscoe came in there
into
too.
the boards. Of course, fans wanted a blue, but that's a foul. Oh, and there's a blue.
There is the blue, which I think is the right call. I know it was a little late, but watch his first step on the replay. We think Marcel Barry is fast, right? Check out the closing speed.
Tactical foul.
Tactical foul is the call. Check out Briscoe coming back here. So Barry does a great job winning the ball. You think he's off to the races. Look who's flying in. Ooh.
It's an interstellar matchup here in Kansas City. Comets versus Stars. Comets up to 6:43 in the second quarter here. Let's talk about El Capitan, Nacho Flores. He has had 10 points in just playing 9 games. He has the respect of the locker room. If anybody's going to rally them to a win tonight, it's going to be Nacho.
All right, Lux Elzinga on Silverstein Ice Center's field. Lux, thank you. Comets shoot, and that one's saved by Beretta. Nacho trying to win the ball back. Logan Jones comes over, but Acosta steps in front. Comets take it back.
Big milestone for Nacho. Had 3 assists on Sunday. That put him tied for 16th all-time in Kansas City indoor soccer history, 93 assists.
Nacho in his 10th year with the Comets. Here's a shot by Francis, and that one, Reggett, that one blocked out of bounds.
If I tell you who he's tied on the list, there's two pretty big names he's tied with all-time assists, John Perry and Kim Rudbed.
Wow. Flicked back to Nacho, who shoots, and that one just above the crossbar. Comes off to Reggett. Reggett now front and center for Tetsane. 1 minute and 8 seconds left on the Comets' advantage. 5:48 left to play in the first half. Here's Nacho. Wearing the captain's band, front and center for Acosta. Back to Nacho, runs on it, leaves it for Marquez. Back to Nacho, and Tacoma able to clear it away. Tacoma out with it. This is Rivers. Rivers stops, trying to hold the ball. Comets get it back to Marquez. Now over to Reggett. Comets try to get something going here with 36 seconds left on their advantage. Acosta!
What a save.
With an absolutely sizzling shot, and Beretta made an incredible save. No way he's hanging on to that one. 23 seconds left on the power play for Kansas City. They lead it 2-0.
Sometimes you're a goalkeeper, you just want to be able to see it, and he absolutely saw it, but that was a cannon shot. Great one-handed save.
Marquez, shot. Out front, goal, he flicked it in, Nacho! What a goal by the veteran, Nacho Flores! Kansas City extends their lead 3-0. That's a little cheeky, don't you think, Eric?
Just a little bit. Good ball movement. Zach Reggett smiling there, he's going to get the assist. Actually, it was probably the easiest way for him to score with two defenders there. Reggett across to Nacho, and he's like, what am I going to do? Backheel goal.
Wow, what a goal by Nacho. That is number 5 for the Santiago, Chile native. And for Zach Reggett, that is assist number 8 on the year. Kansas City leads it 3-0.
You know how they do the intro to all MASL games, and they do highlight reel. I think that one might need consideration for next year's
sure.
video reel there.
Briscoe back to Beretta. Now back to Briscoe. He and Andreos get tangled in. You got to be careful over
Danny
there on the boards.
Waltman's like, wait a minute, you gave it the other way on Briscoe. Why didn't you give it right in front of me?
That's Adam Becker right there, the head coach of the Stars there, pointing his finger at Isad Asmanovic, who is our crew chief tonight.
They're still having a conversation there over by that bench.
I'm sure they're chewing on him. Into the right wing corner, Vandegrift heads it away from Ramos. Now Romero giving chase. Reggett is there, cannot get it past Briscoe. And the Comets just cleared away to the Stars side of the field. Here comes Logan Jones, their team captain. On over to Romero. Romero marked by Chase Peterson. Over to Nestor Hernandez. Now back to Jones. 3 minutes and 38 seconds left to play in this first half. Lopez in the right wing corner, back to Romero.
Chase Peterson getting minutes tonight. DeBray Holloman is listed as out, so Comets typically will dress 5 defenders.
Foul called on Vandegrift.
Ball out of play.
Oh, sorry about that.
Get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and MASL Arena on X.
Those front row seats there give you easy access to say something to the officials and the fans. Don't hold back, do they? Tacoma with a warning for delay of game. Kyle Atkins wants the wall to back up a little bit. Here he goes, going to measure it off. Boys, come on back a couple steps. Thank you very much. Correa behind the ball along with Spence. Spence takes it on the roll and blasts it up into row Z. Ejimadu quickly rolls it out to Lennis. Comets get underway very quickly. Forward to Marquez. Marquez back to Lennis. Lennis one-touch shot blocked. by Spence. Now Marquez rolls one in there. Ball bouncing around, cleared away.
Foul on Marquez.
And a foul on the big Brazilian, Rion Marquez.
Second foul on Marquez. Subscribe today to MASL TV on YouTube. You'll find game rebroadcast, MASL shows, highlights, and more. MASL has a new show that debuted this week on MASL TV. We're going to talk about that in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Soccer Signal.
A steal. And Reyes leaves it for Ali. Shot save, Biretta. Alamari put that one right on.
Maybe Reyes was a little too selfless there because he might have had a lane down the left side.
Here's Biretta. Comets
Good
with
press.
some high pressure. They get it back. Can they get it to? Oh, what a nice play by Logan Jones.
He's a good player.
Sure is. Now double team. And Reyes gets the ball back. And Reyes, he'll take it this time. The rebound comes away from Alamari and then kicked out by Tacoma. KC will have it. 2:15 left to play in the first half.
Take a look at this. Here goes Andreas off to the races. Cuts back because he sees Nestor Hernandez there. And good positioning by the Stars goalkeeper.
Comets a give and go. Acosta shoots, and that one above the crossbar. Comets had something going there. Nice give and go between Reggett and Acosta.
If you're Kansas City, much better first half than what you saw the last couple games, Milwaukee and St. Louis here. If you're Tacoma, it's not great, but you're still within reach.
Oh, yeah.
And in this league, 3 goals, that lead can evaporate in a heartbeat.
Beretta on up to Lopez. Comets knock it free out to Reggett. Reggett to a running Tetsane. And boy, Briscoe is so fast. He was able to shut down and close the gap in a hurry.
We've seen that a couple times. And just what Corey Keats was telling you, how the game has evolved. So many fast players in this league.
Comets with some quick, crisp passes to avoid defenders. Pino looking up. Reggett will go off and Marquez will come back on.
I got lectured by the Empire Strikers Berto Palmer a few years ago when I talked about all the fast players being young. He said, hey. Speaking of somebody who just had a birthday.
Happy birthday, Berto. Shazam.
Yeah, he's like, you could be older and still be fast.
Under a minute to play. Here's Ramiro. Ramirez for the Comets steps in front. Knocks it away. Tacoma working to get the ball back, and a foul on Correa.
Take a look at this replay. Yeah, it just came through. Ramirez, simple call for the referees.
42 seconds to play in the first half. Comets lead it 3-0. Now out shooting Tacoma 20-8. Vandegrift lofts one into the corner for Marquez. Rion, marked by Nestor Hernandez, goes off the boards. Comes back to Hernandez, who kicks it over his head. Miter ball bouncing on the blue turf, headed back by Vandegrift to Ejimadu. Out to Francis. Francis up to Barry. Barry trying to get around Lima, and boy, almost a good pass there to Francis, but a little off the mark. Picked off there by the Stars. Logan will play it long. That one just above the crossbar. And that's the horn and the end of the first half. Kansas City shutting out the Stars 3-0. There's a look at the Comets bench with Rion Marquez, Guerrero Pino, Lucia Tetsane. Zach Reggett in the center circle on top of that iconic Comets logo. Comets have the ball to begin the second half. They quickly get it ahead to Dom Francis, who tried to hit it on the volley, but Reggett does and hits it just above the crossbar. Butterburgers are on the line, and they almost got some right there. 45 seconds left. If the Comets score, everybody's getting a Butterburger.
If this works one of these times,
they're going to go nuts.
Yep.
Down to the corner to Nacho. He lets it bounce. He turns and fires. Good block by Tacoma. That was Donnie Mendoza out there. Comets on back to Vandegrift. 21 seconds left. Alamari on back to Vandegrift. Vandegrift looking downfield, goes to Alamari. Alamari moves to his left. Now forward, pass off the mark. And that one taken by Mendoza. Correa comes near side for Hernandez. All right. Culver's dodges any Butterburgers there, giving away. Ramos now had a chance, but the left footer goes up and over the glass. Goalkeeper distribution coming up to KC.
So we talked about former Comet Danny Waltman returning here to Cable Dome Arena. The Comets have actually played against him twice on this day, January 16th, and two different teams he played against. And
interesting.
We may have one from 2022 and one from 2005.
Okay. Marquez swings it over to Acosta, and Acosta bumps Briscoe into the boards, and a foul called on Leo.
So let's do the 2022 one. The Comets beat the Tacoma Stars 8-7. Hat trick for Leo Gibson, 2 goals for Lucas Souza.
Nice.
That game.
Tetsane battling with Spence on the board. Tetsane breaks free. Yair Romero comes over. Spence climbs on the back of Tetsane, plays it back to Ramirez. Comets hold on. They lead it 3-0. Over Tacoma. Pino plays it back to Acosta. Leo giving ground back towards the Comets' last third. Now Zach Reggett. He'll play it to Acosta, then back to Zach making a run. Kicked back in by Lopez. And Acosta leaves it for Pino.
I think the next goal is critical here because if it's one for Tacoma, then they're going to start feeling it. As for the Comets, 4-0 looks pretty good.
Ejimadu rolls it forward to Francis. Dom takes it into the corner, puts his back to the goal, leaves it for Reggett. Reggett bangs it off the boards, and Beretta reads that one perfectly. Luis Beretta, 4-1 on the year. His goals against is good, 4.6, and his save percentage is nearly 70%. Here's Pino in the corner. He'll pop it out to Reggett. Reggett takes it on one bounce, settles it on the blue turf. Reggett looking for a passing partner. Instead, will slow it down and play it back to Ramirez. Comets 6-3-2, 18 points in all, 2 points clear of San Diego and Milwaukee for second place in the MASL table. Tacoma 5-2, fourth place on 14 points. Here's Marquez. Marquez stiff-arming the defender away. Logan Jones leaves it for Ramirez. Back to Vandegrift. Chad leads the league in blocks coming into this game. He had 33 blocks.
It's interesting to watch how other teams defend Rion Marquez. It's been big bodies. Saw that with Robbie Williamson in St. Louis and here with Logan Jones.
Marquez had a big body and Logan Jones on him. Poked away from Rion. Jones gets it over to Briscoe. Briscoe back to Beretta, and Luis will play it long over the half line. Comets headed back to their head of the field. Barry gets it over to Rion. Rion, a couple of touches, now leaves it for Nacho, who shoots. No, he plays it to Barry. Comets playing it around the goal, but they're not shooting at it. Couldn't find the right touch, and Beretta finally able to pounce on it. Comets with some good chances there, just couldn't put it on frame.
Fans were yelling shoot, but nobody had a shot, and still 3-0 for the Comets.
Under 11 to play in the third. Beretta plays it out to Lima. Back to Briscoe. Briscoe runs right into Alamari, and a foul called on Ali.
You get a delay game warning here on Kansas City. So, talked about Danny Waltman playing in Chicago. On this day in January 16th, the Comets beat Danny Waltman and the Chicago Storm 6-3 in the UIC Pavilion. So Danny Waltman has been playing this game for a long time.
Oh my gosh.
Played against the Comets, played for the Comets, and now near the end of his career, once again playing against the Comets.
It's probably, I'm trying to think what, without having was that MISL 2?
Yep.
Okay. Here comes Adarayos. He's across the half line, trying to slot it through, thread the needle, if you will, up to Leo. They do get it to Leo. Can he turn? No, he leaves it for Adarayos, who shoots. And Hernandez with a terrific block for Tacoma.
It's a little different seeing Nestor Hernandez playing defense. We're used to him being more of an attacking player, but finding his role here with his new team, the Tacoma Stars.
Nestor's played a lot of games here inside Cable Dahmer Arena, whether it be for...
I'm thinking Ontario Fury, the Comets in the semifinals of 2021.
I'm still tired from that game, by the way, Eric.
Yeah.
That was
Double
incredible.
headers, the semifinals.
Pino with a header. Beretta makes the save. Pino and Mike Ramos got tangled up. Ramos stays on the field, but he was limping just a little bit. He'll go off, and Rivers will come back on for him. Here's Adrian Correa. Correa, marked by Acosta, wins the ball. He flicked it back for Reggett, who wasn't going forward, and Tacoma takes it back. Up ahead, it goes to Rivers. Rivers puts on the brakes. Now he'll go a little forward. Draws a crowd. Now back front and center to the center circle to Hernandez, who plays it over to Romero. Yair Romero's shot blocked by Acosta and rolls right into Ejimadu.
Tacoma Stars, 8 shots on goal so far. That's not going to be a recipe for success in this league. They're going to have to find a way to start getting the ball forward on transition.
Marquez trying a little give and go with Mikey Lennis. Cale Spence is able to thread the needle and get it to Romero. Ejimadu comes out.
Just like that, but good job by Ejimadu. But that was a really good opportunity, Romero on the far side. But that's what Tacoma needs to do, is spring that runner, take their chances.
Logan Jones on back to Briscoe. Now Spence and Jones, who will try the right wing corner and get it into Lopez. Lopez can't get it. The Comets touch it for a second. Jones able to get it over to Briscoe, who swings it left side for Romero. Romero moving to his left, poked away by Lennis. And then up to Marquez. Marquez pokes it forward to Tetsane. Tetsane working against Jones. We'll play it back, and the Comets will set it up.
We talk a lot about Wallace scores, but we saw in the defensive third in the midfield, both times the Comets using the board to get the ball out of danger or up the field. So it's not just offensively, but in every phase of the game, they see how to use the boards to their advantage. It's an extra player, Nick.
For sure. 7.5 to play in the third. Comets leading 3-0. That one rolls harmlessly into Beretta. Both teams will get fresh legs out on the blue turf. Beretta kicks it right up Main Street. Ramirez heads it into open space, gathered up there by Manny Nicasio. On back to Briscoe. Now they'll try it left side, Correa. Correa looking for a passing partner. That one way off the mark. It goes out of bounds. And we have our timeout. We have our media timeout. So that means we are going to take a break. Exactly 7 minutes to play in the third. Kansas City out shooting Tacoma 23-8 and leading 3-0.
At MASLsoccer.com, 7 minutes left in the third quarter. 3 up Comets on the Stars. Nick and Eric sending it up to booth.
All right, Lux, I'm issuing homework for all of us. January 30th, we have to come with our coloring page, all right? So we have to come with our finished work. We're going to show it off on the 30th. So we're back underway here. Here comes Tacoma with a shot. And Ejimadu had to go down on that short post try and did a pretty good job there for the big fella.
The other thing making that save difficult. Oh, we'll see if that's a shootout.
Yeah, and that's going to be Nacho asking for a shootout.
They are pointing. He was the last defender.
Looks like Zach Reggett's going to take the shootout. No challenge flag. They still...
Blue card, Tacoma 33, tripping tactical. Shootout.
There it is.
Elvis calls it the way he sees it. He's right to the point. So good job by Reggett to battle for this, and he was taken out from behind. Correa's like, oh, no, I didn't do that. And then he's like, no. And then he wanted Tacoma to challenge that, and I think they probably decided they weren't going to.
All right, crowd rises to their feet. The league's leading scorer, Zach Reggett, behind the ball. One touch, fire, save! Beretta denies the leading score. Score remains 3-0 KC.
See if we can take a look at it on the replay. Reggett frustrated, but Biarretta literally just went up through the middle of the box and stood his ground, made the save. 2-minute power play for the Kansas City Comets.
And the ball spotted right at the top of the arc. Here comes Nacho. He comes over, plays it to Tetsane, who fires. That one off the near post, no good. Picked up by Rivers. Tetsane steps in front to win the ball back. He's fouled from behind. And the Comets will have it near the referee's crease with 6:23 to play in the third and 150 on the advantage.
Penalty kill would be huge here for the Stars after Biarretta made the shootout save.
Nacho hits it first time. Biarretta down low to make that save. Made it look very easy, but I mean, it looks easy from up here, but it's not down there.
Thought for a minute he was going full Empire Strikers, taking the ball up the field, but just wanted to get it out of the way.
Into the target. Marquez couldn't get enough on that one. Biarretta.
So he's like, sure, I'll just kick it. That was really well placed, just
Sure
inside
was.
the yellow line, so no 3-line penalty there. See if he can do it one more time here, Nick.
Right side for Tetsane. Reggett with a touch. Back to Lucia. Acosta over to Lucia. Into the target. Rion. Now Nacho shoots! Top shelf. Your grandma keeps the cookies. It is a brace for El Capitan. And the Comets extend their lead on a power play goal. It's 4-0.
So Rion Marquez would like to be scoring more goals, but one of the things a big target can do for you is draw defenders and make that pass to somebody open. He did that there with Nacho in the corner. Another assist for Marquez, another goal for Nacho. We talked about him at the pregame, Nick, that if the Comets are ready to make a run, the captain has to be the guy who brings this team together. 2 goals for him tonight.
No doubt. Number 6 on the year for Nacho Flores. Comets get an important goal. They lead it 4-0 over Tacoma. Still a ways to go, but that 4th goal really big here in the latter stages of the third quarter. Comets back with the ball, and Pino will play it into the corner. He's looking for Reggett. Reggett still challenging in the corner along with Hernandez. Mendoza is also in there for Tacoma. Ball pinballing around, and finally it comes to Biarretta.
And the thing, it's been a Jekyll and Hyde year for the Tacoma Stars. They've looked so good at home, and their road losses have been serious losses, including a shutout at San Diego a couple weeks ago.
Pino over to Chase. Chase Peterson getting some play. DeBray Holloman not playing tonight, along with Lucas Souza. Here's Alamari, the youngster for Kansas City, leaves it for Marquez. Rion's got a couple of assists tonight. To Pino, the ball deflected back towards the half line. Ejimadu says, don't play it to me, don't play it to me. Marquez, couple of soul rolls, still going forward. Kicked out of bounds by Lopez. Mistake by Tacoma. Comets a chance here at the top of the arc.
And these are we talked about this last game on Fox Soccer Plus. These are the plays you can't make because you can't give up these goals. Big opportunity here for Kansas City.
Tetsane flicks it to Nacho. Back to Tetsane. Blocked by Spence. Tetsane trying to hit it over to Reggett. But they get it forward to Lopez. He kicks it. Stays in bounds. Francis is over there for the Comets. Lifts it towards the half line. Picked up by Correa. Correa over to Spence. Hits it first time.
Big
save by Ejimadu. Big body save.
For the first time tonight, Tacoma had numbers up there, Nick.
Correa with another chance. That one sails wide. Everybody battling in the corner. Still battling. No whistle. Acosta now with the ball. Try to get it to Tetsane. Tacoma wins it back. Spence on the right side, shoots off the glass, comes back out front. Romero trying to win the ball. He gets something on it. Ejimadu turns it aside, out wide. Good play there by Phil just to get it out wide. That's where the ball is safe out there. Foul called on Tacoma.
Tacoma foul number 80, Romero is first in the half.
Good pressure there by Tacoma.
And they win the ball. Ramos moving to his right. Cuts it back to his left. Now leaves that one, and that one goes out of bounds.
New for 2026, staff writer Joseph Reyna and veteran coach Mark Litton explain the game with perspectives from both sides of the glass in the MASL's newest show, Soccer Signal, with in-depth data analysis, comprehensive breakdowns, and exclusive interviews from coaches around the league. Don't miss Soccer Signal every other Thursday on MASL TV. It debuted yesterday. Conversation with Blast coach David Pascome.
Briscoe, full speed into the right wing corner.
Big fan of Joseph Reyna. If you bring in a goalkeeper coach to be your analyst like Mark Litton, only good things can happen.
Rivers in the corner, left back for Hernandez, and a foul called against Henry Ramirez. I'll be watching on Thursdays for sure. I've got my appointment television. MASL Monday, under review. This one.
10 for 10's coming back, Nick.
10 for 10, so.
We're going to start recording. We'll be announcing that pretty soon.
I love it. Love it. Timeout. Timeout called by Tacoma. 2:13 left in the third. And we'll stay right here. Remind you, the Comets' next home game is coming up on Friday, January 30th. We will host the Empire Strikers 705 here at Cable Dahmer Arena. Comets' next game is coming up this Sunday up in Milwaukee. That'll be at 2:05, and MASL TV will have that game for you. That'll be a really important game.
That game here on the 30th against Empire, it's going to be Star Wars night. But a little birdie has told me we might have an interesting referee combination coming to Cable Dahmer Arena that night. So I've been told to tell Nick Massos to bring his A game that evening.
Could it be a Kyle night? Could it be a Brian night?
We'll see. Just stay tuned.
We'll have to find out.
Just stay tuned.
Adam Becker in the middle of the huddle there, the head coach of the Stars, drawing something up for his team. Adam Becker's been with the organization for quite a while. He's won some indoor championships or conference championships in the WISL, and they have elevated him to head coach. He's been with the club for a long time and knows a lot about him.
He absolutely does. Get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and MASL Arena on X. They've been firing out videos from this game and from that St. Louis Empire game all evening.
Up front to Romero. To Lima, and then Lima's got to go all the way back to Biretta. Looks like Biretta has shaken off that ankle strain that he had in the first half. Looking pretty good out there as he moves on Silverstein Ice Center's field. Now Jones into the corner for Ramos. Ramos marked by Pino. He goes down, back up on his feet. Now Vandegrift pokes it away from behind. Pino trying to kick it out away from the goal. Vandegrift trying to help it out there. More Stars players get involved. Jones is in there digging in. Now Lima comes away with it. And Lima will play it out wide. That one to Mendoza. Back to Lima, who shoots. Whoa, that was a strike, wasn't it? Not on target, but that had some stank on it. Bouncing all the way back to Biretta. Now a header by Vandegrift. Romero trying to settle it, and DeReyos is there, shielding away Romero. Comets will set up their offense. Vandegrift and Ramirez go off. Acosta, and Reggett come back on.
1 minute remaining.
1 minute left here in the third. Tetsane leaves it for Acosta. Leo with 3 goals and 4 assists on the season to Tetsane.
Another good game for Tetsane on both sides of the ball, Nick.
scored the game's first goal. His 6th on the year. Up to Reggett. Now back to Leo. Acosta. Tetsane. Now Reggett. Reggett with a right-footed pass up to Tetsane. Tetsane looking into Acosta. He flicked it back for Tetsane. Kicked away by the Stars. 15 seconds left. Barry to Acosta's got some space. He'll fire one! Shazam! Top shelf for Grandma keeps the cookies. Acosta. Comets lead 5-0.
Little Yota celebration dance. That was a lot of power on that shot, Nick. Good pass from Barry. Off the post. Nothing Biarretta can do. 5-0. And if you're Tacoma, 6 attacker jersey, might be a good time to locate it somewhere on the bench.
Acosta, number 4 on the year. Marcel Barry, his first assist of the season. Kansas City leading 5-0 over Tacoma.
Scored by number 17, Leo Acosta. That long distance shot assisted by number 28, Marcel Barry at 14:50 in the third. Acosta from Barry at 14:50 in the third, and that's the end.
And the horn sounds, and that's it. That is it for the third quarter. 15 minutes left in this game. Tacoma has got a big hole to climb out of. 5-0. The Comets over the Stars. And we'll be right back.
Catch MASL Monday every Monday night on MASL TV on YouTube and CBS Sports Golazo Network. Alex Bastiavansky and Phil Levanko are joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap the weekend's games and discuss the league's hot topics.
All right, partner, give us an update on the other game in the MASL.
Good night for teams from Missouri, partner. 4-1 St. Louis. Colin O'Keefe added a goal, and St. Louis has been playing really, really well. And I think anybody who might have overlooked them aren't looking past them anymore.
Right now, St. Louis in 6th position on 11 points. If they hold on to win that game, they'll be tied with Tacoma at 14, so they'll be moving up in the table. Be a good win for St. Louis.
Looks like Danny Waltman's coming in for the fourth quarter, perhaps. We talked about his 2 games against Kansas City on this date, 2005 for the Chicago Storm and 2022 for the Tacoma Stars. He also played a January game that we called a few years back at the T-Mobile Center when the United Soccer Coaches Convention was here in town. It's in Philadelphia this week, and he said that was a great experience, although the Comets won that game.
Yeah, pretty handily, too.
Yep.
I remember that might have been the first time that Danny had saw Christian Andreos, and he commented to me after the game, he's like, where did this guy come from? He's been buzzing everywhere. I mean, he was everywhere around the whole floor tonight. So.
All right, so last week we dated you with 30 years of announcing. I'm going to date you a little bit tonight because I got one more on this date tidbit for you.
Okay.
On this date in 1983, Victor Nogueira earned the first of his many wins versus the Comets as a member of the Chicago Sting, 8-6 at the old Chicago Stadium. I don't know how many Victor Nogueira games you called in your career, but it had to be more than a few.
Oh, for sure. The very first one I called in 96 up in Milwaukee at the Bradley Center.
Yep.
He was between the pipes.
Yep.
That's what. You forget how long Nogueira had played and how good he was for so long. Just incredible. And Danny Waltman back in there. Here come the Stars. It is Ramos out wide to Spence. Comets defense getting back. And Alamare kicks it up into the air. Briscoe gets the ball back. On the near side, it is Mendoza calling for the ball. Briscoe is there. Instead, he'll play it out to the right to Rivers. Rivers gets by Pino, sends it off the boards. Ejimadu is there. Tacoma working it around the perimeter. Jones will try it near side, gets it to Mendoza. He's from Yakima, Washington. Pino goes down shaken up, and a foul called against Tacoma. Pino is back up on his feet. The Parral, Mexico native. Played his college ball right here in Kansas City at UMKC.
Nick Vass's alma mater.
That's
I had
right.
to mention that.
Pino, a line drive pass looking for Marquez. Marquez chasing the ball. Now steps on it, goes Wallaskora. Escora not there. Marquez.
One of the easier saves Danny Waltman's had to make over his storied career.
That's the third save that he's made tonight. He went in early for Buretta when his ankle was a bit sore. Mikey Lennis trots it across the half line. Pass was broken up. And the Comets will reset their offense. Vandegrift goes back to Mejimadu. Forward up ahead to Marquez. Double team Correa as well as Fernandez. Now a ball in the box. It's Ramirez into Marquez. Marquez can't put a boot on it. Ramirez can and finishes. No, it's Mikey Lennis. Correction, Mikey Lennis fills the back of the net. It's 6-0 KC.
Once again, Rion Marquez, the big target, gets just a touch on it, and he's going to get another assist, Nick, and another goal for Mikey Lennis. Mikey Lennis, I believe that's 3 goals in 2 games he's scored.
6-0. Marquez comes up with his 8th assist of the year. And for Lennis, that's goal number 4 for the Western Florida native.
I think you have an interesting choice here if you're Tacoma. You still only have 12 shots on goal. You're down 6-0. You could just stay with Danny Waltman in goal and call it a night, or you could try to go 6 attacker strategically just to see what happens. It hasn't been a good start of the road trips here for the Tacoma Stars.
If you didn't catch the first part of our broadcast, coming into tonight, Tacoma, a 5-2 record. All 5 of their wins have come at Access Showwear Center. Their 2 losses have been on the road. One of them 8-0 at the hands of San Diego, and the other one they lost by 7. So the road has been rather painful for the Stars.
And that's what's interesting, too, because you watch their games, and I have, at home.
Same. Yeah, they look great.
They look like a different team,
Yep.
yeah.
Briscoe, he gets it on up to Rivers. Rivers to Lima, now near side to Briscoe. I've been impressed with Briscoe.
Yeah.
He is an active player out there on the turf.
Had a foul on Vandegrift.
Yep.
And he's so quick. I mean, he's fast, but he's also quick. That first step. And so defenders will have to they kind of step, and you see Vandegrift get called for a foul. He tries to take that step, and good free kick opportunity here for Tacoma.
See if they can get on the board with 12:15 to play in the game. Lima to the right, and it is Mendoza behind the ball. Lima comes over and blasts it right off of Peterson, and it goes out of bounds. Tacoma's ball. Ramirez and Peterson in the 2-man wall. That one blasted off of the glass. Touched back by Fernandez. Now Ramirez picks it up for the Comets. Henry going forward. That one kicked out off of Tacoma. That's off of Mendoza.
So you put things in perspective. We mentioned that 2005 game that Danny Waltman played against the Comets. Manny Mendoza was 2 years old. In January of 2005. So that shows you sort of the spread there on Tacoma team, but really a tribute to Danny Waltman for his longevity.
And we haven't mentioned yet, but of course Danny was a part of the Comets championship team back in 13 and 14. That terrific team that won the championship in Baltimore that year. The team had some great players on it. Vahid Asadpour.
Brian Harris, MVP.
Yep. Scored the game-winning goal. Got a whistle and a... What do we got here? Foul called on KC? Dom Francis.
No, it should be a foul on Tacoma, and I think Kyle Atkins called it from behind. Take a look. Maybe we go back to live action here.
Okay,
oh,
well.
Timeout, Kansas City. Well,
Timeout, Kansas City.
we will stay here.
All right.
Well, it's the fourth quarter, so my favorite announcement, disagree with a call tonight? You might just see it on the MASL's most controversial show, Under Review with Phil Levanco and MASL head referee Ryan Sigich. Catch it every Friday on YouTube. We had a nice chat with Ryan Sigich last Sunday because he was the crew chief here for Milwaukee and Kansas City, and talked about all sorts of things. And he embraced this idea of how we are approaching video review here in Kansas City. Let the fans at home listen to what they're saying on their headsets. And I think it's given us a different perspective here on the game and what the referees are looking for on that video monitor.
I like the inside. I like to peel back the curtain and let fans inside see what the referees are looking at when they're determining their calls out on the field. And we've got Kyle Atkins is one of our referees, and our crew chief tonight is Elvis Osmanovich. Two good ones in the MASL.
I'm getting pummeled with questions about shootouts, and I'm like, I'm not going to be that guy because this has happened before, and I've been accused of jinxing shootouts or shutouts, so I'm not going to be the one. But
well, I'll tell you what, fans, instead of sending that stuff to Eric, just send him an early happy birthday message. His birthday is on Sunday, all right? So whether you get him on social media or you have his number, wish him happy birthday in the meantime. We've got 11:20 to decide what's going to happen in the rest of the game. The Comets here have just come off of a timeout. They're going to see what they can do here on this restart.
I even had a super Tacoma fan, Wayne Dan, send me a trivia question about shutouts that I got right, and I'll share it with the group here in a moment.
Here's Tetsane across to Acosta, and that one above the glass, out of bounds.
All right, so here's the trivia question. Wayne Dan, our friend who always talks about Corey Keys being the hero. What former Comet and Stars goalkeeper has the most shutouts in indoor soccer history?
What former Comet and
Stars, and you got to go way, way back.
Okay. Oh, golly. Boy, this one. Everybody think about it. All right, we're going to get the answer coming up here in a second. Here comes Logan Jones. He gets it to Rivers, and then backtracking is Marcel Berry, who knocks it free and disrupts the momentum on that play. Alamare to Andreos, who flicks it back. It's picked up there by Lima of the Stars. They get it over to Briscoe. Briscoe, full gas. He's got it down, the pedal to the metal. Bangs it off the boards. Nobody home for Tacoma. Correa holds it in for the Stars.
Sort of the challenge when you go Walla Scora and your fastest player is the Walla and nobody's running on the Scora.
Nobody can keep up with him.
I know. All right, so this goalkeeper played for both teams in the 1980s, early 90s, but is more well known for shutouts that he got when he was a member of the Wichita Wings.
Okay. Oh, gosh. Continue to think about it. Talk amongst yourselves. 10:02 to play in the game. 6-0 KC. Romero. Hernandez. Nestor. Takes it deep into the corner. It rolls around the boards into Ejimati.
Late in his career, he played for the Denver Thunder in the NPSL.
Oh, gosh, I know. I'm going to kill myself if I don't. I'm just going to,
I can guarantee you he got no shutouts that year because I think that team only won 3 games.
Played at a pretty cool arena in Denver, too.
Mm-hmm. I think he played at McNichols.
Yeah. Here's Ramos. Moving to his left, he shoots. A second try.
There was an opportunity, and I think it was on the right. Romero would prefer to have it on his left, but that was the right idea, going Wallace scorer there with somebody in the box, and it just isn't going Tacoma's way.
Okay, keep thinking about that answer, folks. Acosta on up to Marquez. Left for Pino. Now Ramos trying to win the ball back, but the Comets get there. Now Ramos and Marquez go down. Picked up there by Tacoma. Here they come, and down to the boards. That's Nicasio. Kicked long for Marquez.
Double team.
Briscoe able to touch it back to Danny Waltman.
He's been a bright light, Briscoe has. You can see his pace and his promise.
Vandegrift steps in front of Fernandez. Correction, Lopez. He'll play it out wide to the right. Picking it up there is Fernandez. Now up top, a drive there by Briscoe, just above the crossbar. That one comes back off to Tacoma. 8 minutes and 18 seconds left to play in the game. Comets leading 6-0.
I know Commissioner Keith Tozer's been watching tonight, and I guarantee you he had a lot of losses against this goalkeeper, first as a player and then as a coach. I guarantee.
I don't know if I'm going to get this one, Eric.
I'll be glad to share it with you. Iron Mike Dowler.
Oh, I've heard his name, but I wasn't going to get it
way
tonight.
Back, the way back machine.
Here comes Alamari over to Regan, who shoots, and a good block by Hernandez, sacrificing his body. Now Ramirez gets it into Alamari and back to Tetsane. Comets have the benefit of a 6-goal lead and the clock rolling. Comets can take their time. Tetsane on up to Alamari. Reggett stays on, and they run it on up to Ramirez, who returns it to Tetsane. Tetsane with a career year in blocks, having moved back to defender this year from midfield last year. Tetsane goes down on a good tackle. Here comes Correa. Correa trying to avoid all the red jerseys. Ramirez is there, and Correa makes the foul.
Should be next dead ball out of play will be media timeout, but no sign yet of 6 attacker jersey, so it seems like maybe Tacoma is just going to play full strength.
Pino and the Comets.
Giveaway. Opportunity here.
Spence picks up the giveaway off the boards.
Peters. Wallace score it too. It almost worked.
I don't know if Peterson got a piece of that one, but Ramos was there. Now Spence picks up the loose ball. Moving to his right, leaves it back for Ramos. Comets have 4 players back. Ramos on the right side. He's been held goalless with the rest of his teammates. Briscoe nearly had it poked away by Francis. Now Spence on the near side, marked by Barry. Barry got the ball there with a tackle and a foul called on Ramos.
Is it okay if I jinx the shutout? The only shutout I've ever witnessed in my life, Nick, and I know you've seen a few.
No.
I'm doing it. I can't help myself. April of 1985 at the Tacoma Dome. The LA Lasers beat the Tacoma Stars 3-0. I was on spring break. I went up to see that. That's the only time. That's what, 41 years ago almost.
Oh, gosh.
So I just jinxed it.
And you remembered it. You must have been so happy that day. Here it is. It couldn't be. Oh, ding dong off the post. Another shot.
I just did it.
You just did it. You jinxed it. Tacoma
Told you.
I can't believe you just did that.
Yeah, it was me. It was absolutely me. So Ejimado comes out to knock off the angle, and Mendoza cleans up off the post.
Eric Bergrud. Oh. Congratulations, Mendoza. He ends the shutout 6-1. Kansas City over Tacoma. I mean, that's perfect.
It took me how long to figure out? That's great. That's like the big Easter egg that the Comets set for everybody earlier in the season.
Well, they, Empire, they're the dark side, right?
Yeah.
So the good guys versus the dark side coming up on the 30th of January. Eric, you are not going to live that down. It was almost instantaneous when you started talking about the shutout.
You could just feel it coming, Nick.
Oh, my gosh. Here's Vandergrift. He walks it in. Over to Barry. Barry scores. It's 7-1. Marcel, his third on the year. Comets back out to a 6-goal lead.
Check out Chad Vandergrift in the transition game. Knows that Barry's to his left. Slots it so it's in his run. Makes it easier for Barry to go back post. Nothing that Waltman can do.
Barry has got a 2.9, had a assist in the third quarter. Vandegrift comes up with another assist. That's 4 on the year for Chad. And for Marcel Barry, that is a goal again, number 3. Comets lead 7-1. And here
they
comes
are going 6 attacker. Mike Ramos. There you go.
Kansas City goal scored by number 28, Marcel.
And here's Mikey Lennis making a bid for an open goal. That one kicked aside by Nani Mendoza.
What a play there by Ramos. Snagged it out of the air as 6th attacker. But absolutely threw that one like a forward.
Kicked long.
Whoa, that would have been a highlight goal.
Wow, what a try by Lopez. Woo.
Tacoma Stars social media was about to light up.
Waltman is back in there now in goal. Comets with the ball. Pino on up to Marquez. Comets leading 7-1. Comets out shooting Tacoma 34-14. Marquez with 3 assists on the evening. KC bringing offensive players back out on the field. And a goal, Kansas City! Is that Andreos?
That is Christian Andreos. Off the free kick. We got it here on the replay. Tetsane, and I think they'll credit another assist to Rion Marquez. He might get a good opportunity to chat with Lex Elsinga after the game and perhaps wish his wife Karina happy birthday. Big night for the Comets, 8-1 lead.
9th assist on the year for Rion, and for Andreos, that's goal number 7 on the year. Comets cruising.
Kansas City goal scored by number 31, Christian Andreos.
And Christian gets the ball right back, plays it forward to Lennis, who shoots off the near boards.
And almost Wallace scored it in.
No kidding.
Scored at 10:51 in the fourth. Andreos for Marquez at 10:51 in the fourth.
Comets call for the foul right out in front of the Tacoma bench.
The lights are bright and the fans are loud. It's the Tacoma Stars taking on the Kansas City Comets. Stream it live on MASLplus.tv and replay the game on demand. Clip it, share it, live it again. Make sure to favorite your team to get instant updates on every game. Final score from St. Louis partner. 2 goals for Mario Falcone. St. Louis wins again, 4-2 over the visiting Empire Strikers.
Okay, so they get the 3 points. They have 14 and now move into a tie with Tacoma for 4th place. St. Louis is having a pretty good year, Eric. They look pretty good with some young players who have really stepped up for the ambush.
They have a pretty good goalkeeper, too.
Uh-huh.
Danny Waltman going full Empire Striker.
Here
Let's
he
shoot.
is down the right side. Come on, Danny.
Wallace score
goes off the
opportunity.
boards looking for Ramos. Vandegrift shoots it long, but just back into the corner. What is Stokic is yelling at his team from the bench. 8-1 with the clock rolling, under 3 minutes to play.
You have to think Coach Stokic was aiming for that shootout or shutout, not happy about that, and not happy how they're defending against the goalie 6 attacker.
Forward it goes to Rivers. On back to Nestor Hernandez. Now Rivers, he goes down, double teamed. Pino, barrier there. Now Barry goes down. Ball comes out. Andreas gets it over to Alamari. Here's Alamari, one-on-one, shoots, and he scores! Alamari! He opens his account, his first goal as a member of the Kansas City Comets. Last in 23-24, Rookie of the Year in M2, and he gets his first goal in Kansas City. Congratulations, it's 9-1.
We heard really good things about him in M2 with Rochester Lancers. Went 5-hole on the veteran Danny Waltman, and Comets weren't happy with their last few results. Come back with 9 goals tonight. They'll be happier about that, but they got to head to Milwaukee. They're going to leave town tomorrow morning, get to Milwaukee, and a big game for them on Sunday. Giveaway here.
And Mikey Lennis running up on that one. Waltman's got it. Danny rolls it out towards the half line. Pino steps in front and then gives it right back. Here comes Tacoma. It is Nicasio. Front and center for Correa. Right side for Spence. Spence takes it deep into the corner, marked by Marquez, and then a foul called on Spence as he takes down Lennis.
To go with number 17, Spence, his first of the half.
1:41 left to play in this one. It's all Kansas City. Picked up by Kai Briscoe. Whoa, Briscoe and
2 on Barry.
Barry.
I would love to see that on the replay because you can see how fast Kai Briscoe was with the ball on his feet and see how fast Marcel Barry was trying to take the ball from him. But
28, blue card.
Kansas City is challenging this. You're up 9-1 and you're going to challenge the penalty. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Well, for our viewers at home, you get to listen to the referees having a discussion.
1:33 to play in the game. Here comes Elvis Osmanovic.
He couldn't talk them out of it. I think he was trying to talk Stokic out of it. You don't really want to do this.
So here's. All right, let's go.
Tactical. Go ahead, play it. Yes. Thank you.
That was quick.
After review, the call on the field stands. It's a tripping foul that results in a tactical 2-minute power play.
All right, so Marcel Barry goes off for the last minute and 33 seconds.
Let's just say that was an interesting decision to challenge, and it took them no time to review this. And here's the thing. Kyle Atkins was, 10 feet away from that? I mean, he saw that pretty clearly. 6 attacker in for Tacoma here, so they're going super power play.
Here's Ramos. So it's basically a 6v4 out there. Romero goes off the boards. Shot and a goal. It is MASL Lopez.
And you may wonder, why is Tacoma going 6th attacker down 9-1? Because this situation may come in handy later in the season. You're down 8 goals. Why not try this and see what works? And it didn't take too much time for Tacoma to score, Nick.
For Lopez, that is his first goal as a professional. And for Romero, that is assist number 3 on the year. And we are coming up on a minute to play in this one.
1 minute remaining in the contest.
Kansas City was hurting for points, and they're going to get some. The good news for Tacoma is that they are headed back home for 3 straight games, beginning on Sunday against Empire, and then the following weekend on Saturday and Sunday, 2 games against UCFC. And they'll play, in fact, they'll play, if I'm correct here, let's see, 6 of 8 at Showware, and then they'll finish the regular season 7 of 9 on the road.
So you got to maximize as many wins as you can at home.
There's Marquez making a bid for his first goal to go along with his 4 assists. Tatsane will chase it back and then play it forward to Marquez. Draws a crowd. Alamari hits it first time. Goalkeeper distribution. 17 seconds left in the game. 9-2 KC over Tacoma. Waltman throws it long. Still got a pretty good arm for that guy. Ramos. Ejimadu goes back. Alamari sidesteps Ramos. He'll hold it. 1 second left. Horn sounds, and that's it. That's a final. Comets win it 9-2. They get the 3 points. They now have 21 on the season. That's still top of the table in the MASL. The Stars stay on 14 points. Their record drops to 5-3. Kansas City improves to 7-3-2.